Getting stuff done.
Yes,
What about
sir. Yes,
you?
sir. Love to hear that, bro. Welcome in. Good morning to you.
I
Hope everything's
finally,
going well so far.
yeah, I finally figured out how to do the type form deal after making me mad yesterday.
Oh yeah, were you running into some troubles with it or what?
So I'm doing it off basically on a tablet. I don't have a laptop, and so I didn't know from flipping it to basically upright to the side, and then I saw creating the form. I was like, oh, I had to do that,
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly. So
so
you got that taken care of?
yeah, I basically got everything made. I just have to. I'm trying to figure out what. I think I asked you or Alistair what would be a good bio, like, because he said on in the documents it says don't put anything with the link, but it says just type form. It doesn't really say like an in like in the website. It doesn't say like intake form with case if it's like incorporated with that coaching. So I'm trying to figure out what would be a good bio, and then put like an arrow down saying, hey, this is the intake form to fill it out if you're interested.
Yeah, for sure. So what kind of clients are you trying to work with, bro?
At this moment, I mean, since I don't have a background like you and Alistair, I'm okay with whatever just to get a background. So
So
I
you're not
mean,
really sure yet. You're kind of open to
I'm
whatever right
basically
now.
open to anything to where I can get my basically myself out there.
Okay. So what do you think your skills are more kind of versed in? Like muscle building for men, fat loss for men, muscle building for women, maybe muscle building for busy moms. What do you think your best skill would be?
So I've always been around sports, so muscle building, losing weight. Obviously, I've lost about 20 pounds now, so those two categories. I don't really talk to a lot of female clientele, if that would, or female personnel, unless I'm dealing with church. That's a whole different Oprah. I don't really like bringing work and church in the same thing.
Yeah.
But mostly I want to bring in whoever's gonna want like who's ready for this challenge because it's obviously not an easy task. I've been through that.
Yeah. So, dude, it could be as simple as putting in your bio. Usually we do DM me a keyword or like point a down arrow to fill out the application. So you could do something if you're trying to work with men who are into sports and want to gain muscle and lose fat. You could just say, I work with athletes who want to gain 5 to 10 pounds of muscle while losing the extra belly fat, something like that, just to start off. Just to kind of put a one-liner in your bio to let people know who you're trying to work with and then the type form below so that they actually have a place to reach out to you so that you can get their information and continue talking to them and warming them up as a client. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't really deal with a whole lot of athletes. I watch sports and everything. I go, I talk to a lot of people in the gym, and I have a lot of people that are relatives or friends that have said that they want to be in this journey, but they don't necessarily. For instance, there was a gentleman in church that was younger than probably both of us. I think he's like 18 or something. He just came into baseball. He wants to lose his body fat, but he doesn't want to lose his muscle. I was like, you're gonna lose a little bit of muscle, but if you do it right, then you're not gonna lose it at all. You're just gonna lose the little stomach that you have. That's what I'm doing. And
Right.
I asked him, I was like, what do you need help with? And I was like, I need help with knowing how to do calories, what type of program and everything. Because he said he was like he started off saying I bench 155 and I go about 8 times and then I'm done. I was like, how many sets are you doing? He's like four. I was like, what is your first set? He's like 135. I was like, how many times do you do that? I was like, at least 10. And then it was like, what's your next weight after that? I was like, I jump up like 20 pounds or so. And I was like, that's your mistake is you're worried about going for power versus trying to build the muscle. So obviously
Right.
feeding them like free stuff, like because I was there once, we were both there once, where we thought power, and now we were getting more mentality is like, hey, this is how you're gonna build muscle if you actually want to look good and play good.
Right. So you were just kind of talking them through. So, dude, that
Yeah,
could be a good liner in your bio. Like, I help athletes lose fat without losing muscle type of thing. That could be something to throw in there.
that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking because I have a Bible verse in there right now, but I was like, take that out and just move that and put the arrow down.
Yeah. Yeah, that could definitely be helpful, bro. Does that answer your question about the bio
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Okay. All right, perfect, dude. So I'm just gonna hop right into today's training. Today's training is all about my process with review content. So I'm just going to go through this training, kind of show you guys exactly how I do my review content. And then if anyone else joins, obviously I'll open up the stage at the end for any questions. I would love for this Monday's call to be kind of like a content audit type of call, because I don't want to just spit, trainings at you guys every single week, twice a week, over and over. I'm going to start sounding like a broken record. So if you guys can make it to these calls, it would be amazing to hop into your Instagram accounts live with you guys, go over your content together with everyone here so that we can kind of see what changes we might make and what kind of things we would change to the post so that we would actually start seeing traction within our own accounts. Because having you guys text me your content and me texting back feedback is good. But I think it would be obviously better if we could break it down live with each other so that we can kind of talk face to face and really implement the steps that we're talking about rather than just texting about it back and forth. But in any case, I just noticed Alyssa joined. So welcome in, Alyssa. I was just talking about what we're going to be going over today. We're going to be going over my process with review content. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I do to make a piece of review content. And then I'm going to open up the stage at the end of the call, obviously, to either go over your guys' content that you already posted or any other content questions that you might have. I was just explaining to Cheyenne, I would love for Monday's call to be like a content audit call where we actually go into your guys' Instagrams live together and go over your content so that we can see what changes we would maybe potentially implement to start seeing more traction. I just think that would be a really fun way to go about Monday's training. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen for you guys. I did make another presentation to run you guys through just all about my review content. I hate all these things that pop up whenever I do share my screen though. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So guys, this is my process with review content. Everything that I do basically to make a piece of review content. We already have a small training on this in the Mr. Optimal Coaching Academy. It's like a 5-minute long video. But a lot of you guys have been asking me what my process is. You've been asking me how to save the video onto your phone without the watermark. You've been asking me how to get sound on the video with the green screen effect. You've been asking me how to voice over your video. So I'm just going to do like a bare bones training on everything that I do to create a good piece of review content. Let me see if I can minimize this though. This thing is super annoying. Okay, there we go. Why do review content in the first place, guys? So the short answer is, you don't have to. It's just a good way to get a quick, valuable, engaging, and effective video out in a short period of time because it keeps you from having to come up with brand new topics yourself. And often it already has proven viral hooks and other viral aspects incorporated into the video that you're reacting to, if it is a viral video that you are reacting to, which is what I would recommend. Because obviously that video has already been proven to go viral in the algorithm. So you kind of just showing your face and going over it, giving your opinion on that piece of content is going to be, it's going to have a lot higher of a chance of getting into the algorithm because you're already using a video that's proven to go viral. Does that kind of make sense? So the smaller account catch-22. This is something that a lot of people run into who have smaller accounts, and this is kind of a mindset thing that I ran into when I was a smaller account. And that catch-22 is kind of like, to get views on social media, you need to have an audience, but to have an audience, you need to get the views. And so it's like, which one comes first, the cart or the horse? It's like, how can I get views if I don't have an audience? And then how can I get an audience if I can't get views, type of thing. And that's how it used to be, guys. It seriously used to be like that. If you were a smaller account, your chances of getting views without cold outreach were basically zero. But that's not really the case anymore. Now it doesn't really matter the size of your following. Any account can go viral, but people do still somewhat prefer watching videos from people with a following, right? And they prefer following people who already have a following. There is a small barrier of entry to go ahead and follow an account that has a smaller following. I would say anything under like 10,000 followers would be seen as a smaller Instagram account. And there is kind of that barrier of entry when you're watching a smaller account's piece of content where it's like, why would I kind of follow this person? They don't really have a big following, so I don't really see them as an authority, and that kind of causes people to swipe right past your piece of content, even if it is a good piece of content, just because you have a small following. So how do you get people to watch your content and gain a following if you don't have a following? Well, you can just do review content, and that's why we recommend it, and that's basically the number one thing that was responsible for blowing up my account. So review content removes the barrier of entry, guys. Now, instead of viewing a video from what's seen as a smaller account, The person on the other side of the screen is watching someone's opinion on a viral video. Completely different vibe, right? The vibe would be like, if I'm an authority, but I have a smaller Instagram account, it's hard for other people to see me as an authority. So if I'm telling you like a factual piece of evidence, or I'm going over a study or something like that, it's hard for me to trust your opinion because you're not seen as an authority when you're giving your opinion on something that's fact based. But when you're giving your opinion on a viral video, it kind of lowers that barrier of entry, and it almost puts you at a level ground with the viewer, because the viewer is watching the viral piece of content while you're watching the viral piece of content, and then they're going to digest your opinion on the viral piece of content, and then they're going to have an opinion on your opinion of the viral piece of content, right? So instead of trying to seem like an authority when you're not technically one in the space yet because you don't have a big following, you're now just giving your opinion for them to give their opinion on. And guys, everybody loves to have a fucking opinion, especially on social media. And you want to take advantage of that, because the more opinions you have, the more comments, the more shares, the more saves, the more likes. Everything's going to be better when more people have more opinions on your content. So how do you find viral videos to react to? So it's going to be your best bet to react to videos that have already gone viral for obvious reasons. Obviously, if you're reacting to a video that didn't go viral, then it's not much better than just making your own piece of content, because we're only reacting to viral videos because they have proven incorporated viral aspects and viral hooks. So how we find viral videos is you can just simply use the IG and TikTok search engine to look up keywords like fitness, gym, workouts, diet plans, whatever your ideal client avatar would tend to search on social media or would tend to watch when they're scrolling on social media. And then you can use the filters like date posted and like count to really filter out the content and get even more niche down content. Like if you wanted to review a video that was posted more recently, you'd filter it for date posted, and then the most recently posted videos would come up. If you wanted to react to the most viral pieces of content, you would look up the like count filter, and that would give you the highest liked videos with those searched keywords for you to react to. And so those are really easy ways to like pinpoint and niche down the information and videos that you're going to react to. So try to search for keywords that have to do with your ideal client avatar, because the more videos that you can react to that your ideal client avatar is reacting to, the higher the chances of your video of you reacting to that video will land in their feed will become. So if you work with busy moms, then try to find content that busy moms would watch, like quick healthy meals to make for your kids, 15-minute workout to burn your love handles right off, 5-minute morning stretching to get loose for the day. Or if you work with guys that want to lose fat, find content that they would watch, like how to get abs in the next 90 days, a high protein, low calorie dinner, 5 ways to gain muscle while losing the extra pouch. It's kind of like you want to try to use the terminology of your ideal client avatar. Like busy moms love to say love handles. Busy moms love to say sculpting, toning. Busy moms still think that um, working out is a good form of cardio, right? Busy moms still think that working out burns a lot of fat, right? Which, as fitness coaches, we know working out is to build muscle. Cardio is to burn fat. You're not going to do a bunch of reps and tone the muscle to do cardio. It'd be a lot better to do cardio on a treadmill, right? At the end of the day. Or guys that want to get abs are really into like HIIT workouts. They're really into, the pooch, losing the pooch, because guys hold a lot of belly fat on their stomach. They're really into high protein meals, right? Guys are really into steak, eggs, things like that. So search for content that your ideal client avatar is watching, and then try to review and react to that content. So saving the viral videos onto your phone. This is super easy, but you can mess it up if you don't do it correctly. So what you guys have been texting me about is that you're saving the viral videos directly from TikTok or Instagram onto your phone, and now you have that stupid watermark. We don't want the watermark. Do not post videos with the watermark. It's not going to help you. It's only going to hurt you. It is just a theory of mine, but I do think Instagram hates the TikTok watermark. Personally, I think they will dock your piece of content for having the TikTok watermark, so we just don't want to have it if we can help that. So you want to use software websites by just Googling TikTok downloader or IG Reel downloader. Literally just type it directly into the Google search engine. And then you take the shareable link from either Instagram or TikTok. And if it's from TikTok, you take the shareable link from TikTok, post it directly into the TikTok downloader, and then you can save it directly onto your phone. Or obviously, if it's from Instagram, you take the shareable link from Instagram, you Google IG Reel downloader. There's so many of them. You can use literally any of them. All of them are free. All of them do ad pop-ups, so whenever you do download the video, you're going to get an ad pop-up. Just click the X. It's no big deal. It might open up another browser. Just exit the browser. You're not going to get a virus. I promise you, you'll be fine. And then you can download it directly onto your phone without the watermark. And then, guys, I'll use the green screen effects on TikTok. I do think TikTok is a lot more user friendly than Instagram. So I would recommend using TikTok to create these reaction videos. I use either the video green screen or the photo green screen to record my content. If I want to voice over a piece of the video that has volume and I just want a still shot image to kind of talk over a piece or portion of the video, then I'll just take a screenshot of that portion of the video from my camera, and then I'll use the green screen photo effect to just talk over that piece of content. And you can, like I said, either use photos or videos, or guys, you can download the app CapCut, which I'm going to talk about in a sec. One little ninja trick if you want to voice over a video that has sound is you can throw that video with sound into CapCut, mute the sound, download the video again from CapCut, and now you can voice over that video with the video green screen effect. Because that video doesn't have any sound, you can voice over it and your voice will actually get picked up. Whereas if you try to talk over a video with sound, your voice will get picked up, but it'll be drowned out and kind of in the background, and you won't really be able to hear your voice that well. So guys, I have a video demo literally showing you step by step how to do exactly what I just told you. So I'm just going to run through it real quick just because I know we have some visual learners here. So this is TikTok. Obviously, I just opened up TikTok from my phone. So now I'm going to go try and find a viral video. So I'm just going to go ahead and search the word fitness. Obviously, guys, super generic. Don't just search the word fitness. This is just for video example purposes, but generic word fitness. What you guys would type here is a keyword that your ideal client avatar would be searching for. You guys need to do some research to figure out what that might be. You can even use ChatGPT to come up with some keywords. Once you figure that out, sorry, I'm going to mute that shit. Once you figure that out, you can just go ahead and throw it right in. And then, guys, you click the little dots, and that's going to bring up the filters. Sorry, I'll go through step by step for you. You click the little dots, and then it's going to bring up this little tab. You click filters, and then once that opens up, you can filter it by either like count or date posted, as you can see. Like I said, the like count is a good way to find more viral videos, and then the date posted is a good way to find more recently posted videos. And as you can see, they are going to be different videos, so you should never really run out of videos. Let's say I wanted to save this video to my phone. I just clicked it. Again, bad example of a video because it's not really viral, right? So you wouldn't really save this one, but again, for example purposes only, you're going to click the share button, which is right there, and then you're just going to copy the link, which is right here. You're going to click copy link. You're going to swipe away from that. You're going to go to Safari or Google, whatever it is. Google the TikTok downloader. If you got it from Instagram, you Google the Instagram Reel downloader, and then you're going to pull up a page just like this. Like I said, there's a bunch of them. It doesn't matter which one you use. You're going to pull one up, paste the link directly into the downloader of whichever app you got it from. Download the video now. This is not going to save it onto your phone. This is where a lot of people who aren't tech savvy go wrong. They think that this is going to save it right on their phone, and it doesn't. And then they hit me up with a bunch of questions like, where's the video? It goes into your downloads, guys. All right. So you have to, once you click without watermark, it's going to download and go into your downloads. So you click downloads. Your downloads are down here. All right. It's your little blue arrow down there. You click the little blue arrow, and then you can see downloads. Look, you click downloads, and then there's the video. Beautiful. Hallelujah. You click it. Then you have to tap the screen, click the little arrow in the bottom left, and then you click save video. Now you have the video actually saved onto your phone. All right. So hopefully that was clear enough for you guys. Now that we have the video on our phone, if we wanted to make a piece of reaction content, all we would do is click the little plus button. There I am. Hello, how you doing? You would click the effects, and then right down here, there is more effects. So you click the more effects. I have it saved. If you don't have it saved, you just click the little search bar, and then you can search green screen or green screen video. This is the green screen photo. This is the green screen video. You just click on whichever one you want to use. Sometimes it auto imports a sound, which is super annoying. I don't know how to fix that. If any of you guys do, please let me know. Just exit the sound, click the video green screen effect, click the video that you want to go over, then click next. It's going to process, and boom, now you can look at the video, review the video. Like I said, if the video has sound, you won't really be able to talk over it. If you want to be able to talk over it, throw it in CapCut, which is just a third-party editing software you can get from the App Store. Mute the sound, download the video again, and then you can play the video in the background just like this and talk over it. But if you wanted to just talk over a still shot photo, obviously you would just need to take a screenshot. So I go right into my camera, find the part of the video that I want to talk about, make sure to get the stupid annoying bars off, screenshot it, and then I have the screenshot. Obviously I can go back into TikTok, and then if I wanted to talk about that screenshot, I would just go to the green screen photo instead of the green screen video, and then I could talk about that portion of the video without, having the video or the sound in the background. And so that's basically everything that I would do to make a green screen video, reaction style content. So I hope that was clear enough for you guys. I try to do it step by step. Let me know if I miss anything. Obviously, I will answer any questions you guys may have. So third-party editing softwares like CapCut, guys. If you want your content to start performing, you got to become better editors. All right. I recommend starting off just using the TikTok editor because it's incredibly user-friendly. You're not going to really run into any issues. And if you do, you can just hit a quick Google search on how to do something, and the Google AI will tell you exactly step by step what to do on TikTok because obviously it's like the biggest social media app in the world right now. Once you get used to TikTok, you can download the app CapCut from the App Store, and you can use CapCut to do literally anything that you can't do on TikTok. If you guys have ever seen those cool little auto captions that pop up on people's videos, that's how you get those auto captions is from the app CapCut. It's like an AI that they have built into the software so that it can caption your videos automatically. I do think that is the paid version. It's like $8 a month or something, but if we're going to be signing fitness clients, $8 a month for CapCut is not going to be the biggest deal. So once you get good at mastering TikTok, the TikTok editor, I would recommend downloading CapCut, and you can do literally anything when it comes to editing on CapCut, just right on your phone. So guys, a green screen video is just a tool in the tool belt. So a green screen video is simply a tool that you can utilize to make an easy piece of content. But don't forget that you have endless tools that you could work with. Don't get bogged down by using just one. All right. These are some other tools that you guys have access to. Screenshots, your voice, your unique life, all the TikTok effects, which there are thousands of them, by the way. Editing softwares, workouts, excuse me. Green screen effect is just one TikTok effect. There are thousands of effects, guys. Content creation is supposed to be a very individualized, very authentic, very creative form of art. That's why it's called content creation. So what I don't want you guys to do is just get bogged down making one style of content over and over and over again. You have unlimited tools that you have access to make unlimited types of content. So just because we recommend starting off with the reaction content because it's a good way to go viral and start getting traction, that doesn't mean that it's the only type of content you should be focusing on and that it's the only type of video you should post for the rest of your life. Because a lot of you guys are just defaulting to green screen content, which is fine, but it's not the only type of content you should make. It's just a good way to get into the habit of daily posting. You should use it as a tool to kind of get into the habit of daily posting. And then once you are posting 1, 2, 3, 4 videos every single day, use the green screen content as a backbone to kind of start creating even more content and start dipping your toes in other styles of content. Because like I said, it's a creative process and everyone who makes it has a slightly different voice. Finding your voice on social media takes a lot of time. It took me personally almost 5 years to find the voice that I have now on social media, and I would have never found it if I didn't experiment with different pieces of content. And green screens popped off for me, and they most likely will for you too, if you do them correctly and react to the viral videos like we were explaining in this training. But that doesn't mean that a different style can't pop off just as hard as the green screen content, and you would never know that that other style of content would pop if you didn't at least try it. So in a world where you can post unlimited content and not get docked for it, I don't see why you wouldn't test the waters with all kinds of different content. So try different things and don't get discouraged by counting the reps, guys. Like I said, finding your voice takes time, and it's just about putting in that consistent action every single day, posting different types of videos, making sure you're consistent at least every single day with the green screen videos because it shouldn't take you more than 5 to 10 minutes to make a green screen video. So we really have no excuse to not be posting as much as we possibly can. And a green screen video is just a way, it's a good, easy way to get a piece of content out there quickly and effectively, but it's not the only form of content that we should be making at the end of the day. So that's it, guys. Now I'm going to open up the stage for any questions about content. If you guys want to go over some content, whatever it might be, just go ahead and raise your hand and or unmute yourself, whatever you want to do. And then we can go over some content, ask some questions, have some fun. Anybody got any questions for me? Fernando, Alyssa, Jonathan, how we doing, guys? Cheyenne. Seems like a lot of you guys joined while we were mid presentation there. That's fun. What up, Fernando?
What up, dog? Yeah,
How
I
you
was
doing,
supposed to
bro?
send 11 o'clock, and it was actually 10 o'clock my time, so I messed up on that.
Oh shit.
But but yeah, I sent you a video that I worked on this morning. So I wanted to see what your feedback was on it.
Okay, sweet. I got you. Let's see. All right, I'm pulling it up right
I
here.
see a lot of y'all working hard in the gym, but not seeing the progress that you're looking for.
Okay, so right off the bat, within the first 5 seconds, right? Can you hear this?
Yeah.
I see a lot of y'all working hard in the gym, but
Okay. First 3 seconds, I see a lot of y'all. What does that tell me?
Um, I don't- that I see a lot of y'all. I don't know. What do,
Nothing really, right?
yeah.
I see a lot of y'all. It tells me that you, the person that I'm watching, sees a lot of y'all, which is a miscellaneous, grouping terminology. So again, I'm not trying to pick on you, right? You asked for my
Yeah,
feedback.
no. No,
This is
absolutely.
the importance of the hook. The hook, we need to tell the viewer why they're watching the video. What are they getting from the video? We need it to be engaging. We need people to kind of see you as an authority. We need people to like you. So by you saying, I see a lot of y'all, it doesn't really tell me anything. What I'm basically saying is you could cut that out entirely, right? So I'm going to play it one more time.
I see a lot of y'all working hard in the gym, but not seeing the progress that you're looking for.
You're working hard in the gym, but you're not seeing the progress you're looking for. You could have started it like that. You're working,
Yeah.
I see you working hard in the gym, but you're not getting the progress you're looking for. See how much, we're 6 seconds into the video. I just made a hook in 2 seconds. The person knows what they're watching the video for, and they know what they're going to get out of the video. They're not getting results. You're going to tell them how, right? A lot of you're working hard in the gym and you're not seeing the results that you want. Here's why, type of thing. Super duper easy, right? All right, let's continue.
And the problem might not be with what you're doing in the gym, but instead what you're putting on your plate. Eating enough protein,
Problem might not be what you're doing in the gym, but instead what you're putting on your plate. Okay, that's good.
is crucial for building lean muscle. Crucial for Eating enough protein is crucial for building lean muscle. Protein provides the essential amino acids your body needs in order to repair and grow the muscle fibers after you tear them down during your hard workouts. And without enough protein, your body can't properly recover, which prevents you from getting the progress that you're looking for. Every day, you should be aiming for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. Incorporate sources like eggs, lean meats, protein shakes in order to make this happen. Remember, consistent protein fuels your lean muscle building journey and will maintain the muscle while you're on a cut. Combine this with regular resistance training, and you'll be on your way to achieve that strong, lean summer body.
Dude, so I like the video. The guts of the video itself are good. I guess the only kind of thing I would say is it's a little generic, right? You got to eat protein to recover. Most people kind of know that, but you did do a good hook though if you did what we talked about and kind of cut that down from the 6 seconds to the 2 seconds where it's like, okay, here's the problem. You're not making progress. What's the issue? It's like it might be that you're not eating enough protein. So what you could have done is dove into maybe why they're not eating enough protein, type of thing to try to solve the problem because you did make some suggestions like, beef, eggs, these are all good ways to get protein in. And you did wait to give the piece of advice until the second half of the video, which was really, really good. You don't want to give away the sauce right away because then people have no reason to continue watching the video. So I think if you got a good hook, and then obviously the captions were in there, bro, which I do like. You could have thrown a sound in there if it vibed well with the video. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was not engaging without a sound, but a sound may or may not help. Maybe some visuals may or may not help. These are things you play around with to see how they affect the vibe of your video. I don't think the vibe of that video was bad at all, bro. The scripting was good. You were clear, concise. Everything was perfect except for the initial hook. I think if the initial hook was good, maybe you put a picture of like a before and after. It's like you not seeing progress like a fat person or whatever, you seeing progress like someone who's in shape, just a visual example to kind of snap the viewer's attention. Those are just kind of,
How do you input those visuals? Would you do that through TikTok and put like screenshots, or would that be through CapCut?
you can do it on TikTok, but it looks a little less professional. CapCut does it a lot better because you can do animations, like you can make it flash in, pop in, stuff like that. I don't know if you can do that on TikTok or not.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean that's good feedback. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
That was
Definitely. I think
my
that's fun, bro. I would love to do that more on these Monday calls. Just go over your guys' content live because it's a great way to just spitball, come up with topics, so that you guys can implement them in your next video. So I love that, bro. Thank you.
absolutely no problem. Just trying to get better. That's my first time talking on a camera. That was like stressful, but got it
Yeah,
done.
I hear you, bro. You don't sound bad at all. So just keep working.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anyone else got any questions? Want to look over some content? Alyssa, Jonathan, Cheyenne, how we doing?
I do have a question. I don't have any videos, but the question is do we send the videos to you before we post them so you get feedback before we put? Is that the idea?
100% you can send them to me, bro. Definitely don't hesitate to do that. But I also would love to go over them on Monday, like today, on like a content audits call. So every single week at 12 p.m. on Mondays, I would love to go over content live with you guys. Now, I'm not saying don't send me the videos, definitely keep sending them to me. But I think it would just be super valuable to go over content live with each other. Like, I'm sure you three just got value from going over Fernando's video talking about the
Yeah,
hook.
I did. That's why
Um,
I was a little confused because I was like, do we post them then send them to you, or do we send them to you then post them? Because I was like, because I'm getting ready to incorporate where I make videos, and obviously, like I was telling you, like I'm trying to piece myself posting one day because there's gonna be a time where I'm starting to post like 4 things a day
yeah,
to 5
exactly.
things. So I'm just trying to work my way in.
Yeah, exactly, bro. When we recommend posting 4 to 8 times a day, and we have about 22 of you guys in here, I think if you all sent me 4 videos a day, that would be 100 videos for me to watch every day. Um, so yeah, that's obviously not going to work. But yeah, definitely send me your content. But like I said, would love to go over them on Monday's call together. So you don't have to send me every single post, but definitely if you have a question about something, we're curious
Hmm.
about a vibe, wanted my input, definitely send them all my way, bro, for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Any other questions? John, Alyssa? How we doing? You might as well ask something. Any question's better than no question. How we doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. By the way, Fernando, very first time on camera, that was really good. I'm not gonna lie. That was better than my first time. I'll tell you that.
Dude,
Thanks, bro.
John, I saw your recipe video this morning, the cheesecake, the strawberry cheesecake. That video was fire.
Oh man, thank you. It takes
Yeah.
a little longer to edit, but
Oh, I
it,
know. Yeah.
it's it's something I want to do more. A little bit of like having at least one thing that I'm really editing on like that can,
Yeah.
like you said, like get used to the backbone. I noticed the reviews really don't take long, like no more than like 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're really helpful. But with the reviews, I noticed like there's different ways that I noticed even you like edit them. Like sometimes you'll let the video play for like 5 seconds because it has a great hook, and then you'll like interject and be like, okay, let's break it down. Um, like in terms of like navigating those, um, I guess like the hook after the hook, like brainstorming like what's a good time to interject, or because I realized after the video hook there's things that there because you know it works, but then when you speak it can be like a drop off, or like what are some hooks after the hook, like introducing the video, like hopping straight
Yeah.
into it, or if that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 So makes perfect sense, bro. So you're just asking like where to interject in the piece of content. So a couple things with that. Um, you, you got to think about how the viewer's watching on the other side of the screen. So it's like when I pull up a video, if it's just like, what's the video I'm watching, right? If I'm watching something that's like generic piece of fitness advice, boring as shit, and it takes me 2 seconds to read the text on screen and understand what's going on screen, then I need to grab that viewer's brain again quickly. I can't just keep playing the video because they're just going to scroll, even if it's a viral video, because you have to understand what's happening in reality. Like this person is watching you react to the viral video. So they need to have a reason to not only watch you react to the viral video, or sorry, excuse me, to not only watch the viral video, which is the viral video aspect and the hook that the viral video has, but they also need a reason to watch you react to the viral video. So if there's already a reason there, like if it's a factual based piece of content and I'm already an authority on social media because I have a bigger following, if I'm going to give my opinion on a factual piece of content, people will watch more green screen because they want to hear my opinion on the content. When you have less followers, it's going to be harder for people to care about your opinion. So you're going to want to interject sooner in my eyes. And you're not going to want to let the green screen play for too long because people can be curious about your opinion, but they're not going to be so curious about your opinion on a viral piece of content for 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 30 seconds. Like one of you guys sent me a video the other day of you reacting to a green screen content. I don't remember exactly who, but I think it was 28 seconds of you playing the video with you like on the green screen. And bro, nobody is going to watch 28 seconds unless you're interjecting. You have to interject. If you interject, you can continue watching, but you got to give like a piece of why should you keep watching this video? Why should you care about my opinion? Whether that be I'm funny, whether that be I'm handsome, whether that be I'm jacked, whatever it is, whether that be I'm knowledgeable. So it's like it's a vibe thing, bro. It's really social media is vibes. Like when I'm making content, I need to vibe with the video. If I'm watching it and I feel that dopamine, I know that I have a vibe going. But if I'm watching it and I'm like, yo, I want to scroll. Like I recommend you guys make your content and then watch it as if you're scrolling. And if you get to a spot where you're like, yo, I would have scrolled right now. You got to put something there, man, because everyone else watching that video is going to scroll at that exact part. That part right there that you feel the urge to scroll is the part where the dopamine stopped dumping into my brain. And that's the part where you need to pick up my vibe and put me on your vibe train, whether that be through something funny, something factual, something opinionated, an interjection, a transition, a sound effect, something to just release more dopamine into my brain and keep me engaged with that piece of content. So I guess that was a long answer, bro, but the short answer is like you got to play with it. It's very different. Like you said, even I do it differently, video to video. It's really a vibe that you have to feel, and that comes along with finding your voice on social media. So did that answer your question at all?
Yeah, 100%. No, it does. Watching it as if I'm gonna scroll.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's all about that goldfish brain, sadly. It's like I feel the urge to scroll. You did a great job of that on your cheesecake review. I didn't feel like scrolling one time. And I try to keep note watching your guys' content when I feel like I want to scroll because that's the goldfish brain. That's the part where if you just added in something, you'd keep people watching and you keep that watch time retention. And that's what's the watch time is what's going to skyrocket the views at the end of the day. So, any other questions, Jonathan? Did that answer your question fully? Alyssa, any questions? Want to go over any content? It's a great opportunity. Alyssa, you got to ask something. You can't just let everyone else ask something and then you don't ask anything. That's crazy. You didn't even turn the camera on?
I mean, I guess if you want to go through maybe like my last review video and give me some feedback on that.
Yeah, sure, for sure. On Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's see what we got. Alyssa's been pumping out the review content, and I've been praising her for it. She's been doing good. So one thing, just by going to your page, Alyssa, obviously we've been talking about this over text, but some of your videos get 100 to 300 to 400 views, and some of them get 1,000 to 1,500. I know we've been texting back and forth about this, but go back in there and figure out what's the reason that these other videos are getting over 1,000 and some of the other ones are getting 200 to 500, because there is a reason and you just have to figure out what it is. It's like who's watching your content, or is this piece more engaging, is it the topic, is it the transition, is it the hook? So many different aspects that you just have to kind of figure out. So you want me to look at this one, not losing fat in the right places, the most
Yeah.
recent one? All right, let's take a look. So right off the bat, it's really engaging because there's a scene switch. So it starts with her, and it barely just gives me enough time to read that hook. So I like that. Proof that calorie deficit only works if you stick to it. Not losing fat in the right places, question mark. 58 kg, 57 pounds. 57.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is absolutely correct. You're losing body fat and
Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is not correct.
your legs, your arms, it's not coming off the places you really want, like your stomach, your back. Best thing to do is to stay consistent. No, you don't need to go slash your calories or do tons of extra cardio. Everybody holds body fat differently, and it's mostly down to your genetics. For me, my legs lean out first, and I tend to hold more fat around my upper body and especially my lower back. But if you're getting leaner in one area, this is literally your body giving you proof that your calorie deficit is working. It just needs a little bit more time to reach the places you want. Especially for women, we hold a lot of fat around our stomach because that's where our reproductive organs are. It's there to protect you Instead of being frustrated that you're not seeing the fat loss in the places that you want, be grateful that your body is giving you a sign that it is working. If this video helped you out, like and follow for more content.
Okay. So I think the idea of the video is spot reduction of fat, right? Spot reduction of fat is something that females think is real, right? In general, obviously we're talking about vast generalities. So a better hook than listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, right? Because again, we're not really an authority yet. We don't have a big following. I hate to be the bearer of bad news is your opinion. It's like I'm giving my opinion out. I hate to do this to you. It's like not many people really care that you hate to do that. Again, very nitpicky, but this is what changes people watching or not. So I think instead I think you could take that line out entirely. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think you could have just took that line out altogether.
It's not coming off the places you really want, like
You're losing body fat in your legs and your arms. It's not coming off the places you really want, like your stomach. You could have just started right there. Like you don't even have to say that first line of "I hate to be the bearer of bad news."
Best thing to do is to stay consistent. No, you
Best thing to do is to stay consistent.
don't need to go slash your correct. Losing body fat in your legs, your arms. It's not coming off the places you really want, like your stomach, your back. Best
I like that. That line is fire. It's not coming off the places you want, like your stomach, your back. Again, a little monotone, Alyssa. You gotta work on that tonality a little bit. You are a little monotone.
thing to do is to stay consistent. No, you don't need to go slash your
Best thing to do is to stay consistent. So kind of generic. Best thing to do is to stay consistent. I personally hate hearing people say that. I've heard that shit 100 billion trillion times. Stay consistent. Everyone in the fitness world has heard stay consistent. When people hear buzzwords like that, stay consistent, like these words that our high school gym teachers would tell us, that's like a scroll. Like I'm gone. Like now I'm back in high school dodgeball and like he's telling me to stay consistent in the weight room because I can't do sit-ups. It's like that's that's like PTSD, right? So I just wouldn't even mention that.
tons of extra cardio. Everybody holds body fat differently, and it's mostly down to your genetics. For me,
Yeah,
my
that's
legs
facts.
lean out
That's
first.
perfect.
I tend to hold more
And then you
fat
talk
over
about
the
you.
upper
That's
body,
perfect.
and especially my lower back. But if you're getting leaner in one area, this is literally your body giving you proof that your calorie deficit is working.
Yep,
It just needs a little bit more time to reach the places you want. Especially for
Yep.
women, we hold a lot of fat around our stomach because that's where our reproductive organs are. It's there
Yeah,
to
I would have put that first. So I would have called the women out first before you're talking about how you can't spot reduce and how if you're losing fat in one area, then you're losing it everywhere. I would have called out the women first. So I would have said right at the beginning, if you're a woman and you're losing, if you're a woman and you're losing fat in your arms and your legs, but not the places you want, like your stomach, then blah, 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 blah. It's working. I would have taken out the consistency part. It's working. You just need to stay the course because if you're losing fat, then that means those fat cells are getting smaller, whatever, however you wanted to spin it.
Instead of being frustrated that you're not seeing the fat loss in the places that you want, be grateful that your body is giving you a sign that it is working. If this video helped you out,
Yeah, so that's fact. So I would just take out, like I said, that spot at the beginning where you say, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And then I would call out the woman directly right before talking about how you're losing body fat in your arms and your legs, but not your stomach, because now you're talking directly to someone within the first 5-6 seconds of your video, right after you did the initial hook, which was good. The green screen hook was good. And then I would transition into the value. And I think the rest of it was perfect. I think it was literally just the hook and then those couple of one-liners that you added in that made it kind of not so engaging. But the rest of the video flowed super well. I think just monotone, again, tonality, being a little more enthusiastic about what you're talking about. And then other than that, I think it was good. Maybe instead of the still shot photos, you could have put a before and after of like you with a little more fat in some areas like your arms and legs, and then you with a little bit less fat being a little bit leaner, saying, look, once I lost the fat in my arms and legs, then I was able to lose it in my stomach. I just had to get below a certain body weight and then kind of spin it like that. I just think you need to take out kind of your opinions or that hook where it's like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news type of thing, because that's what's going to make people scroll. Does that help at all? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, thank you. That definitely helps a lot.
100%. Yeah. Again, super nitpicky, guys. Like, it's not rocket science, you know, going in and looking at these videos. What I'm doing is I'm just feeling out, like, when I'm scrolling on social media, what am I thinking? Like, I'm a 24-year-old male bodybuilder, so I have to look at it from that frame. But when you're a busy mom who wants to lose fat, who still thinks workouts fucking burn fat, who still thinks you can spot reduce fat, who still thinks that I'm losing fat on my arm and not my stomach, I'm doing something wrong, like, you got to talk to that person, man. You can't talk to me if you're trying to talk to the mom, because we talk two completely different ways. So once you figure out how to talk to your ICA, it starts to become a lot easier. Um, and I think that's why you should generally pick an ICA that makes sense with how you talk. Like, the people I talk to are 24-year-old men, basically 20 to 30-year-old men, because I don't have to put on a facade to talk to that kind of person. I just open up the camera and talk how I normally talk. And so that makes my content super authentic and super valuable without me really even having to try. So that's kind of how you got to get to the place where you can do that. So if there are any other questions, let me know, guys. You can either just unmute yourself or raise your hand. But I think this was a pretty fire call. Like I said, I'll give it a minute or two if you guys have any other questions. But I would love for this call, like I was saying at the beginning, to just become a content audit call where we go through you guys' Instagram and break down some content live, because I do think it's super valuable. It's really, really nitpicky, but at the end of the day, when you're making 60-second videos, 1 to 2 seconds can make a entire difference in the longevity and the engagement of that video. So if we can nail it down together, I think we can, you know, start seeing a lot more traction. And I really want you guys to start seeing some motherfucking traction. And there's no reason you can't start seeing it right away. Like, literally, like I'm saying, any of you guys' accounts could blow up this week. So it's like, what the fuck are we waiting for? You know, any of your guys' accounts could blow up from a video you post today. So I just think we got to kick our shit into gear and just get motivated about this content shit, because content excites the fuck out of me, and I want to see some of your guys' accounts blow up. So I don't see any more questions, guys. So
I do have one more question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
What's up, brother?
I just wanted your opinion. So for the idea I was thinking was when someone goes to your account and you see the little handles, the little bubbles underneath, you know what I'm saying? Where you have like a URL, and then you have like little bubbles where people can click on to see what clients have been.
Story highlights?
Yeah, do you suggest that or no?
I would put client testimonials as a story highlight.
That's what I was thinking. Once you start building up a clientele, would you recommend doing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that was the question. That was the question.
Yeah. So on mine, I have client wins. I have life, just because I have a lot of like life stories, and then like bodybuilding, men's physique, like summer shredding. So I have proof. I have life, which is me, so they can like me. And then I have the client W's, which is more proof. So yeah, I would just recommend the client W's. And then you can play around with other stuff if you want.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that because I was seeing other accounts and everything. And I was like, is this good or is this bad? Because I don't want to just be basic. Obviously, you want to create where it stands out. So I was thinking, I didn't know if that was a hit or a miss.
Yeah, definitely a hit, bro. The more social proof, the better. You want to have transformations all up on your page everywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. All right, boys. This was a fire call. Thank you guys for coming. Next training is held at the usual time, Wednesday at 12 p.m. ET. So I will see you guys then. And obviously, let me know if you need anything else from me. And I hope you guys all have the best day of your entire fucking life. Let's go.